What's going on, good people? How is everybody doing today? Hoping well. Alright, let's do the audio thing real quick. I can already tell some things are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. There we go. Okay, that's better. Alright, mic is up. Let me make sure it's the right one. Loud noises. Is this the right mic? Yeah. Right? Am I tapping it? To this? No. Okay. What mic are we on? At least the music playing here is pretty good. External mic. Okay, cool. Alright. So was it a trick question for the non-giveaway? Do you guys still want to have one? Yeah, I can't do another giveaway because I've already done the 2 last week, I guess. So I want to just make sure that I save it for Wednesday. You know, we didn't really agree on a number, but I don't want to push my luck with something that I'm essentially getting for free, you know. Before we get going, let me know how you're hearing me and seeing me. If all that is okay, we will move on. In the meantime, I'm trying to scroll through the manual to get to the right spot. And then I'll scroll back through the chat to talk about what you guys are talking about and saying hi to everybody. I just want to be in the right spot real quick. Yeah, like I said, let me know in the chat about the audio, how all that is. X-axis, man, this thing takes forever to scroll. Scrolling. AB belts, we did that. That's all good. Could be coming up right here. Print bed, perfect. And by the way, I'm just doing the print bed today, so this is probably going to be a nice and short little stream. Well, at least I'm hoping everything goes nice and smooth. But I figured it'll be a nice chunk to get done. And then that way there'll be a dedicated one for the print head. And whatever else is left, obviously, after that. Alright, let's see. Eric, how you doing? Ryathon, what's up? Caleb. Mr. Walkman. Blind Gray Wolf. Hey, are you planning on putting a BL Touch on the Flying Bear Reborn 2? not right away. I was gonna do the BQ one because it's a little smaller and seems more interesting. They haven't replied to me, which is concerning because they haven't replied to me in a while. And I tried one of their general emails now to see if they'll reply. Like, they haven't replied to me since before I did or I guess since after I did the Pad 7 and CB1 video. I was kind of hoping to get all that stuff from them, along more and a bunch of other things from them to test, because I think their products are pretty cool. So I want to hear back from them first. But in the meantime, I'm trying to figure out some sneaky way to make the current sensor that's on there work. There's problems with it. I can go into it in a little bit. So far, so good. Good for me. Okay, thank you guys. Look, it sounds good. It's good. Okay, cool. Usually for collabs, they don't want just to ghost you. Happened to me before. Yes. Yeah, a lot of companies do that. But usually, at least for me, it's the opposite. Usually they almost like harass to the point where it's just like, I send it. And that's also a problem because usually when they send a product, they won't leave me alone. Which is why I don't sign anything or take payment, because as soon as you do that, now you kind of have to because you've been paid. So I don't know, we'll see. I also need to do a stream on all of the other products that I have here, just like a big unboxing of stuff. And I probably even should have done that tonight, to be honest with you, now that I think about it. But that's okay. This is a really fun project, so I want to get this knocked out too. I want to buy the V0.2, but wanted to know if the touch is good to use on it. I found the mount for it. Yeah, the BL Touch is fine. Any BL Touch, CR Touch is fine. Those are all great. The BQ one is even better, I think, because it's lighter and smaller, and there's also mounts available for it, and it's the same. All of them are the same. So technically, one is lighter and smaller. So I would go to that direction. Actually, you guys want to see the very first print that came up from that machine? Right, I forgot the terms. This this is the first print. It's not perfect. There were some issues. I don't know if you can see, like right here. There was some stringing. So I guess the default profile from Orca, the retraction isn't quite dialed in, so I have to do that. It's probably the only thing that I didn't tune is retraction. But otherwise, you know, this thing is massive. So I'm gonna be putting all my screws and stuff into here, and I think I might make 2 of them and make it stackable. So we'll see. These are a good way to get rid of like a middle, like if you have a spool that's just the middle. So I'll be doing that. But this is the first, this is the first print from the Flying Bear, and let's see what's a good way to pick this thing up. How about them apples? So that's big, nice, yeah. So the thing is with this bed leveling sensor is inconsistency. That sensor was technically never meant to be used as an ABL. That sensor that's on there is meant to be used as an end stop, as an optical end stop. Could you post a link to it, please? Sure. Yeah, to the BQ sensor. I think probably, to be honest with you, I think Amazon's probably the best way to grab it. So let me look it up on Amazon. BQ. BQ has a bunch of awesome sensors too. Yeah, looks like it's 30 bucks. Here we go, 1 day shipping. Well, for me, it's 1 day shipping. I have several Amazons directly next to me here. Pro B2 only. Here we go. Yeah, I would just grab it on Amazon. Obviously, I can give you an affiliate link for their official store if you really wanted to. Oh, the parts holder. I'm sorry. Well, I'm already posting this one anyway. Oh, I can't paste? What? Don't tell me we got all kinds of wacky problems again. Let's try here. BQ sensor. The bin. I got you. Okay, that's on my printables. Let me see, man. Profile, collections. Where did I put it? Either studio or tools. I'll put it in tools. Here we go, grabbing that link. This is organizer. Can't spell. That's not even close. There we go. All right, there you go. I posted it in the chat. So that link there. Actually, I realized I can open it. So I just used the largest one. So yeah, it's all in separate files, which makes it really easy. They stack like this, which is very nice. You know, when you take out the bins from the inside, you can put them up top, which is stellar. And then the files here, they have just a million. So I did the 7x6. There's also a million remixes of this, and remixes of those remixes, and some of them are good, like if you want to print on a smaller machine, like that type of thing. So that's all available. Is that the sensor to use on the Bear? I will use it. I will use the BL Touch mount for the Bear. It depends on you know what sensor you want. Like it really doesn't matter. But right now, what I was trying to say about the stock sensor is that stock sensor was never meant to be an ABL. It was meant to be an optical like end stop. And this is the second time I've seen it used on a printer, and both experiences have been the same. It's just not reliable enough. So you can't have it do one poke. You can't even have it do two. So right now, the only way that I'm getting these things to work, or getting to print at all, is I'm having it literally do like 5 tests and then have it redo until it's within 0.03 within itself, each point between, because then it averages all of the ones that it took and seems to be okay. And it seems to do okay in the middle for some reason and not so much around the edges. So I can see it do it like 5 times on the one end, and then it'll just go and do 2 on one, you know, it'll just keep going. So when you do it that way, the only thing that becomes inconsistent is just the Z height. And as you can see, like this is really good. In fact, you can even see it right there. You can even see where I scratched it, tuning it. That's the Benchy that scratched it, you know? So it's consistent within itself. But what'll happen is sometimes it'll just be too low on that final, you know, Z movement right before it starts to print. It'll just be too low and you can't catch it fast enough. There's a delay between the screen and clipper and it printing and when it can go up. So inevitably it's going to crash at some point, and it's just annoying. So I'm just going to dedicate that side of the bed for tuning, and then I'll have the other side of the bed for decent printing. No, the sensor you posed just now. Yeah, the BQ sensor is good. You can search for that on, I think it was Thingiverse. I saw the files, but they're cool. It's adjustable, very easy, simple install, just like the rest of them. It's exactly the same. You don't use the BLT mount. You use its own mount, the BQ sensor mount. You won't have to make one. It's available here. Let me see. BQ leveling sensor. Whoops, sensor. Flying Bear. Reborn 2. Whoops, I typed in 3. Yeah, stealth burner. By the way, this is as a side note. This stealth burner mod that somebody made incorporates the BQ sensor right over here. As you can see how tiny it is. Like this thing is just absolutely tiny. But there is somewhere on here. I thought it was Thingiverse. somewhere on here there is a mount. Not that one. There's probably like an actual name for the sensor that I don't know. How about this? Let me remove this for a second. What's the actual name of the sensor right here? Whoa. I gotta turn this thing off. It's frustrating. This. So it's called the micro probe. Big Tree Tech micro probe. Flying bear. Hey, look. That's my noggin for some reason. I think it's this. It's that. Like, can I find that? This. Yep. I knew I recognized it. Here we go. I found it. There it is. Right here. Yeah, this is the mount. I don't know what all the wiring's about. Oh, they have an ADXL hard mounted there. Also, I noticed one of the most important parts outside of it being mounted. There you go. They also included... Oh, this wasn't it, was it? One of these guys included the parameters you need to add. But yeah, there's a mount already. Here, I'll put it in the chat. Probe mount. Anyway, I still think it's worth buying the Reborn 2 with the PEI bed. And if it comes... Why does this keep playing the same song? And if it comes with that... If it comes with the probe, fine. Just, you don't have to use it. By the way, I was thinking of starting a 3D print channel. What do you think? What videos would do great for first videos? That's awesome. Do videos that you legitimately feel like someone needs to hear or see about, right? That's how I started. Like, I found the VoxLab Aquila. I couldn't find any information about it that I needed to know. So I thought it would be a good idea to just talk about it and share, you know, the printer. And that's how I started the channel, just with my iPhone, and just sitting downstairs in my little room. So if you're gonna start a channel, I would say, you know, because the hype train, following all these hype trains, only doesn't last very long. Like, yeah, you get excited, you hop from one machine to the other machine, but then it's just you're just helping a brand get bigger, and nothing really happens for you because you're not getting paid. I mean, you can, by the way, like, you can do that. You can be the guy that gets paid to a high production to showcase, you know, a product, like that type of thing. I know people that do that make significantly more money on here than I do, like by a landslide. Like, it becomes their living. So that's a thing. But if you're just trying to, like, start a channel to get it off the ground, to get that 1,000, you know, and 40,000 hours, whatever it is, to get monetized, I say find a topic that you needed help with or need help with, and kind of just chat about it and talk about it. Or if there was some product that you really enjoyed, and you know, talk about it like that. Because, you know, the bamboo hype is endless. It'll continue to be like that until some next company, and then, you know, everyone will forget about them, just like everything else. So you can ride the hype trains. You can do the news. The people are doing all kinds of little angles on it. Fetter's dance party, yeah. Hey Mika, how you doing? GM. And also, make sure you let us know when you do start the channel, so we can support. But yeah, I would totally do it. All right. My Winamp screen is not working, and it bothers me enough to fix it. There we go. All right, let's go to this view. Let me make sure I'm zoomed out, because I think I'm zoomed in a lot. Bring this down a bit. that out a bit. Here we go. Right there. That's cool. That's how you start with your phone. Look how big you are. Yeah, right, big. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. I've had, what is it, 52 machines come through here. 2 of those are lasers, but still, 52 total machines, in and out. So yeah, I've gotten a lot of cool chances. And yeah, I guess I'm surrounded by cameras and lights now and mics and. Nice, just download it. It says you have to drill, which is no issue. Also, I mean, also you can modify it a bit if you're capable of doing that kind of thing. Like there is screw holes on the side. I don't know why you wouldn't just use the stock stuff. But yeah, it's not a big deal to go right through that metal. It's literally not gonna hurt anything. Also, I have the OW2 Raspberry Pi. Oh, 0W2, cool. I'll order the Reborn Monday. Waiting for you to drop the files, the clipper for the Reborn. You know, if you can't wait for the public, like for the video, because I still have to print a bunch of like huge stuff like this, because this is PLA, but I want to still try. Oh, also, tonight I'm gonna print the lid for this in PLA, and then I'm gonna do ABS, ASA, and PETG for the inside, and then I'll do the video. So it'll probably be next week at some point. But if you don't want to wait, just send me a message on Discord, and I can just, you know, copy and paste you the profile. It's not a big deal. It's not like it's a big secret or anything. All right, we should probably get started on this, right? Hey, dude, thank you for your videos. Helped me out a bunch. Hey, thank you for saying that. I'm glad they've helped out in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes I feel I'm not. I'm just over here just talking to myself. so it's always nice to hear when something was useful. Sly Robin Hood, good name too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night, huh? All right, let's get this bed on here. And we start with heat set inserts, which is always a good place to start. Here, let's put this inside the Reborn. Also, I'm not going to be able to put those in a vise, am I? Well, I'm going to damn well try. Those are going to be in red. I remember those little guys in here. I don't know what else we'll need, but I'll just get it when we need it. Here's what I do know. I know we're going to need hardware, so let's pull that out. And I know that we're probably going to need this little thing that holds the, what are they called? Wagos or whatever they're called. And then let me put out the hardware here. Dump it all out. Labels up. Ah! Oh, and I'll need the springs, right? The bed springs, so let me look for those too. Pillar. Okay, that's good enough. Let's start warming up this iron while I do the rest. Hey, Dum Dum Dev, how you doing? Just printed the 2X Aquila out of the box direct drive. That's cool. Also, if you want a little more out of that, print the lever, just the lever from the Fysetc 2.0. Wherever you found the OOTDB, try to look for the Fysetc under my design files or whatever. There is a lever in it. Go ahead and print that, because that lever is going to give you adjustability for spring tension, and also make sure that you have perfect alignment for the filament. Because I've noticed that some of the newer Aquilas especially have a slightly different hole placement, and some people have trouble with feeding. So I would highly suggest you print that lever. Bed springs? No, this is not bed springs, and it's manual meshing. Oh, not meshing. It's just manual leveling on this machine. Yeah, it's a cantilever bed with 3 springs, and 3 springs like it should be. And not some nonsense with the 4. Yo, it's too little. Like, obviously you can put auto bed leveling on this, but that's just extra weight, and this thing is supposed to be super light and fast and stout. So manual bed leveling on this is actually better. Hey, Papa's here. Papa, you know what? You never have to apologize. Well, maybe unrelated, but appreciate you coming in. All right, springs are out. Let's get these inserts in. That's what I was looking for. This we can put somewhere over here. Alright, and we're up to temp. Right, I wanted to put them in the vise. You know what? This is probably just a better job for my good old slab of steel. Alright, let me get these in real quick. Almost did it the wrong way. Perfect. The other smart thing that they do is inserts are sometimes, not always, but sometimes they're mounted from the back, so that when you thread into them, they're pulling through the entire design instead of just what's going on? Am I not hot enough? Oh, I lost temperature. Yeah, I gotta get a 6S rigged up. These 3S's aren't cutting it. And you know what? I think this battery might be dead also. I haven't charged it in a little while now. And I've just been soldering, and I soldered earlier today one of my quads. And I didn't charge it. I didn't even think about it. Let me see what batteries I have. Yeah, here's the other 3S. Let's do that. And I need to rig up a doubler so we can make that a 6S. So that we can have some success with soldering. And that is a very mild dad joke. So BL Touch is pretty unnecessary, but loads of users use magnet mounted probes. So before print, the head takes out a hold it right. Create some mesh. Yeah. Yes, you can do that on this. You know, that's a ton of work. Like, it really is a ton of work to get that running. I even did it with what, Clicky, I think it's called, on the Trident. It was just so unnecessary. I'm definitely not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep this thing manual. It would be so easy to press, you know, the screw adjust button, have it go to each screw, and just very simply align it, and then not worry about it for a while, because it's such a stout little bit, it's not gonna move. Hot shot. Running 2 on my D1s. Nice. Have to make a time adjustment. Seem to be printed great. Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's great. So that's what it was. It's just a little bit of a setting issue. I'm glad that solved it for you. Oh gosh, I want to try FPV drones, but in the EU they're pretty much illegal to use. Yeah, regulations everywhere are getting kind of crazy. You know, I've been since getting into them, I've really enjoyed these smaller drones. And there's a few that feel similar to larger drones. Obviously, they don't have the power, but they're so much fun. There's this little tiny drone called the wow, I just slipped my mind. Odinata, and that's been my favorite drone. Just today I put maybe like 15 batteries through it today. It was a beautiful day outside and just ripping in the backyard. It's so much fun. You feel like a bird, and it's just incredible. And it's this tiny little drone that fits into your hand, into the palm of your hand, so it doesn't get hit with all the crazy regulations, and you don't have to worry about too much noise, and you can fly it anywhere. Hey, Search, 2 days, yeah. Just doing a quick one with the bed. I figured I'd get it out of the way before the tool head. I didn't want to try to do both of those on the same day. Serge, I've been trying to tell you, I keep missing you during the stream. On your mount, the Hodo mount that you made, if you could make a... I'll measure it. Make a 19 mil... Nope. Hold on. Make a 15 millimeter circle. Like a hole, a 15 millimeter hole on the bottom of your mount. That way, when I have it mounted to the wall, for example, I can just plug in the USB-C and charge it while it's on the wall. I've been running the Pavo 25 Whoop. Yeah, man, I hear great things. I actually bought... where are they? Yeah, I have I bought one of these to make, where are we at? Bought one of these to make one of those Pavos, but I never got a chance to do it. I have goggles too from my Avata from work, but I didn't get a chance to do it. I've just been enjoying what I have right now, and I have too many quads already. Hey Truggy, how you doing? But yeah, glad to hear that it's a fun one. Do you fly mostly freestyle or cinematic type stuff? Emoji. Well, in my country at least, you can only use any kind of camera drones if you have a license that you do online, much like a car license, and it costs a lot. Yeah, I mean, I have a remote pilot's license, but that's because I do commercial work for work with drones. And it was the test was pretty difficult, at least for me. I'm not good at testing in the first place. Like, I'm an arts person. It took a lot, and I had to go to an actual like airport hangar type thing to do the test. So it's pretty intimidating while you're there too. But yeah, without doing that test, to be honest with you, like, I know it's a pain in the ass, but to be honest with you, going through that process, I learned so much about just aviation in general that it makes me feel like you need to almost to understand what you're doing, like to understand how serious drones can be. I think it's the same. So I had a similar experience with motorcycles. So when I first got into motorcycles, a long time ago now, when I first got into motorcycles, I was like, why would I get a license? You know, I had friends riding without licenses. I myself went and bought a bike, even though I was really cautious. I still rode it around to kind of learn and get. But once I took the actual class and got the motorcycle license, I was like, wow. I would have never even thought about some of the stuff. I would have made those mistakes that they tell you not to do. You know, so yeah, I actually think going through one of those things is useful. Obviously some of it is completely unnecessary. But I learned a lot, and it was actually kind of cool. I was thinking about making that change. Yeah, cool. Just a suggestion. Freestyle, nice. So if you fly a freestyle, I'm glad to hear it, because that was kind of my concern. Like, you know, I have a little whoop that I enjoy, a little 1S custom built whoop. It's not the lightest ever, which is the problem really, because if it was light, it'd be a lot more nimble and stuff. But it has some issues with inverting and dropping, mostly like my other little tiny drones don't. That's maybe why I like the Odinata so much. It feels like a large freestyle quad, like a 3-inch. It doesn't quite feel like a 5. It feels like a fully built out 3-inch quad, but it literally fits in the palm of your hand, and it's so fast. I actually clocked it at 49 miles per hour. So it's plenty fast for its size, and you can do loops and all kinds of fun stuff with it. We have a group here that do tiny whoop racing. Nice. Tiny whoop racing I feel like my brain is too slow. I love watching it because it's amazing, but I can't do it. I just can't. I can't. My brain doesn't function like that. FEA has some serious testing, no doubt. Yes, they do. I found that out. Like my Baby 8. Nice. Yep. Yeah, I'm familiar with the Baby 8. A little bit bigger than the Odinata. I hit the wall a lot. Yeah. Do I still have that video? Oh, I have this little video. This little baby loop I did for the first time in my backyard. Let me see if I can load it here. Like, will this open? Oh, yeah. There we go. So, the reason why I even clipped this, so in my backyard, there's this little tree line right here. And I've always thought about looping this with this tiny little drone. You got to consider how small it is. It's all upstairs, so I can't just gracefully get it. But, you know, it's a little tiny drone. It's the size of a 65mm drone. You know, the smallest whoop, but with 40mm props. So I managed to do a power loop. Bam! Around this giant tree. And you can't quite tell how big it really is, but I was very stoked. Can we go again? Yeah, so now I do it regularly, and I've been trying to do it just on repeat. So I can do about 2, but it gets blown around by the wind, as you can imagine. So I haven't done it on a nice, calm day. But very fun little tiny little thing. Anyway. Last quad I did was a 150, probably too big nowadays without registration. Yes. Only been in about 6 months still learning. Cool. Yeah, I guess I'm a little over a year now. Maybe closer to 2 years, I guess, at this point. Like I said, I also fly occasionally for work for some of my clients. The range is pretty good on that little thing, especially if it's that. Oh yeah, the range is. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it doesn't have that much range as far as video. You lose video first because it runs off of the tiny little diamond. Tiny little baby integrated what's it called, flight controller that has not OSD. It has a VTX built in, and it doesn't have a full-size antenna. It just has one of those little wire antennas. So you lose that somewhat fast, but then you realize how tiny it is, and you're like, you can't be mad at it. You said 15mm hole? Yes. Too many Joshua Bardwell videos? Yeah. He's he's the best and he knows it. Alright, we got this unplugged. Let's get moving. Yeah, quads are very fun. One of my neighbors told me he knows a crawler course that's somewhat local. He said it's about 20 minutes away from me. I gotta get my trucks over there and shoot some videos. I gotta do it because I haven't actually had it on anything specific, because they're not actually really good for that. Like, any kind of crawler that you buy is going to be better built than these because of the weight. Like, when you buy a crawler, all the weight's down low and the body's super light. This is the opposite. The body is all of the weight. Like, it's super heavy. It's like 4 spools of filament, you know? It's heavy. So I doubt it'll actually do well, but it's gonna look cool. Alright, let's get into this. Let me try to figure this out real quick. Alright, the bed stuff. Let's put this away. It's so cute. I can't help but to like giggle every single time I see these. Like, every time I hold it or see it, it just makes me chuckle. Yeah, here's another reason why you don't often need to do anything with this. This is thicker than most print beds on most machines. Like, this ain't flexing or moving, you know? I'll put the same Fysetc bed on my Rook. Nice, yeah. Yeah, it's solid. Solid little bed. Okay, so this is the front according to them. Oh, right, and this is for orienting the back. Cool. Alright, the side with a single hole is the front. Okay, cool. And what about the top and bottom? Oh, so the top has indents in it. Okay. So we're flipping it, hold forward, and then I need isopropyl. It's up on printables. Well, that was fast, Serge. Actually, I'll leave this here, because I'll have to do the other one anyway. So this already has this in there, but we're adding another one? Yeah, like, it's already wired with it. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so the wire's obviously going out back. Clean the plate. Seal on the edges of 30 silicones recommended by some manufacturers. Center it on the underside of the build plate and make sure to firmly press on the build plate. Okay. Okay, got that. Flip-flop. The bed is slipped over in this step. Right. Alright, and here's the thermal fuse. So, I mean, it's in here already, though. Yeah, I mean, they're showing these as well. So there's double thermal fuse. Is there... What's the reason for that? Does anyone know? I, like, genuinely don't know. The goggles are what killed me. Couldn't believe the prices. Yeah, the goggles hurt so bad. So I have the goggles 2 by DJI, but I honestly don't really like them that much. They don't fit my head perfectly, and I feel like everything is a compromise with them. And I use the man, the names, there's too many printers, too many things in my head, too many FPV things. What are they called? Fat Shark, The box goggles. Scout. I use the Fat Shark Scouts. They're nice and compact. They don't hurt my face or eyes. I could throw them on. They were cheap. These things, and I modded them with a different antenna. Like there's an internal antenna. I mounted one on the side, but then I ended up undoing it and just running an extended antenna here that goes above my head, like this antenna, just without this module. And they have actually been really nice. I have not needed a new goggle or even wanted one really. And all of my quads that I've built are analog still. That's your temperature sensor? Yes, but there's already one in there. Like there's oh yeah, right here. There's one in there. So this is a second one, I guess some kind of redundancy. I literally legit don't know what these do. The Fat Shark Dominators, they're like more, yeah, okay, I hear good things. Fat Shark's been around for a while now. Yeah, for sure. It's a second fuse. Yeah. That's what it seems. Alright, so M3x8. Let's dig that up. I think this is M3x8, might as well just use it. Thermal fuse. While not required to operate a printer, thermal fuse attached to the build plate adds an additional layer of protection against potentially dangerous malfunctions. There you go. The thermal fuse is wired in line with the heater wires. So there you go. That answers the question. I'm guessing there's no orientation. So, how am I mounting this? I don't have a hole. I don't have a hole to mount it. I have to go be back in 15. Alright, man. Thank you. Thanks for popping in when you have the chance. We'll see you when you get back. Hey, Loaded. How you doing? Is it Moji or Mohi? Epoxy? Yeah, right. I was gonna ask you, if you have this bed, how did you mount this thing? I mean, obviously I can put it right there, but that's not right. I don't have epoxy. Do I just use the bottom of this hole? Something that's doubtful for me. I guess I could. Break a drill and tap, I suppose. I mean, I have that. Is that really what they expect? Alright, so for this one to be in line, this has to get plugged into... Oh, I have to like redo these wires. Oh, okay, this goes into here. Oh, they just work. Okay. Oh, look at that. Well, that's cool. That's cooler than I thought. Five seconds of video on it, man. They just used the screw and mounted it to the bottom. They always have a video that I haven't checked out, it seems. Okay, if that's the case, I'm not gonna use this 8mm. I'm gonna use this 6mm. And let's get it. And I'll mount it to the bottom of this hole and we'll figure it out later. we'll do it like that, and we'll see how that plays. Some short wires. Wonder how that works. I guess we will learn. Sorry, the way I drilled and tapped the hole. Wow. I mean, I have drills and taps right there. My drill's upstairs, though. That's why the PEI sheet has an indent on the back. Yes, but those you can still get to from the front. See, like, I could, you know, I put the hole halfway. So if I put a small screw there, it will still function. So I'm not worried about that. I'll just have it like that for now and see what happens. Yeah, drilling and tapping is probably the best bet. Alright, let's keep going. M3x40, big boys. I almost did that one screw works for lining the plate. Yeah, I'll still be able to use it, I think. I'll just have to use a shorter screw in there because instead of an M8 M3x8, I put in an M3x6 and it goes halfway into that build plate, so I'll have some wiggle room there. All right, I need some nuts and M3 washer. Okay. Where my washers at? Shimmering. But then I was like, I'll drill tap. I get it. I'll do this for now, just because drilling and tapping right now doesn't seem like something I'm interested in doing. Hey Renovic, how you doing? So the M3 nuts go on top of the bolt. Oh, okay. Okay. Why? I guess the spring will sit on it. If that's the case, then I can't use these shims because they'll fall into the spring. Is that correct? Yeah, let's get the larger shim rings. Could still have enough. Of course, I have two. All right, I'll grab. I'm guessing they wanted me to use those. Alright, let's throw these on there. Surprised these aren't locking nuts. If you have a kit that includes different bed frame assembly in place than the stock one, you may need to alter the screw lengths to maintain adequate Z clearance. That's actually interesting. I do have a different Z. I do have a different bed. That's another thing that we'll find out, I guess. I said the same thing and ended up putting locking nuts. Yeah, it seems like this is the place for locking nuts. It really does. But I'll just crank on them and pray. Alright, what's next? Magnetic sheet. Alright. Does it have holes cut out like that? I don't think so. It does not. The holes in the magnetic sheet are for 2mm wrench access in case you need to remove the bed screws. They do not have to be precise. Well, mine don't even have it. We're just gonna go super tight. That ain't going nowhere. Alright, magnetic sheets. Let's do some isopropyl. Split washers work too, yeah. The magnetic little bed was shockingly strong. Yeah, it's gonna snap, isn't it? Yeah, I have a hunch that it's gonna be a snapper. Alright, let's get this glued on. Perfection. Wow, my OCD's happy there. That went on, you can see the edges. It went on absolutely perfectly. Whew. Snap. Cool. Alright, let's see what they're gonna want us to use. Screws on the back there. Complete a plate with ISO, sure. Take a plastic mat roller firmly, okay. Never done this before. Yeah. Alright, so it's going on the bed. So that just means that the bed is a little different. Yeah, because I could see there's right here in the corner has a hole. So just a little different than mine. Okay. So let's find you know what I'll put in there? I want I don't want button heads. I want two what are they called? Hex heads? What are they called? And I want these little guys. Yeah, I want that. And that. Let's see if I can get that in there. Have it share space. Yep. Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can find a slightly smaller one. I don't need to, it'll fit just fine. Alright, and then now that has a place at home. Okay. That's how it will be. Alright, so I got the little alignment screws in there, alignment bolts, and they fit, so that one shares its little spot for now. We'll see if that matters later. Yeah, that's... Whoops. Bam. Perfect. Okay. Happy with that. Interested to see how this goes. Like, this is so short. And the bed has to move up and down. I wonder how this is going to be wired. Okay, I guess we will find out shortly. Plugs. I don't know what these wires are there for yet. Man, a little bit of shocking strong. Are you on Twitter? I shared this stream to Twitter, but couldn't find you tag. I am under my full name, Fetter Sosnin, S-O-S-N-I-N, but I'm very rarely on there. I'm literally like, I'm about to delete Twitter. It's so annoying. I just don't like, I don't like the whole model of the information that's fed to me when I'm trying to just get entertainment. Like, it seems like if you click on anything political, all you're getting is political stuff, and it's always against the thing that you clicked on, or vice versa, and it just and I try to like specifically click on my interests, which is fine, that seems to work, but still, like, you'll click on one thing that wasn't exactly what you thought it was, or had some hashtags in it or something, and it always comes back with just things that I don't care or want to see, and I'm so sick of it. I only look at the follow tab. Yeah, that's what people tell me. That is what everyone tells me. I guess that's how my brain works. I'd rather delete it. Also, why I don't have TikTok. I know a lot of success can be had on TikTok. A lot of people really, really love it. I can't do it for the same reason. I just can't. I can't stand that part about it. So both Twitter and TikTok so far. TikTok left. So now Twitter is there now. I quit Twitter back when it was still Twitter. It hasn't changed much, to be honest with you. It's exactly the same. Some people just love to hate, and they get enthralled in the drama behind Musk. But you know, it just depends. Depends on your interest and who you are and what you're into and how you see things. All right, so I put that up a little bit just so I can like do stuff easier. All right, so let me get these washers on here. That's in case the springs spin a little bit when you're twisting them and stuff, so that they don't affect the nuts. Also, I do have some silicone. I do have some silicone spacers. But they won't fit in there actually, so never mind. Ignore. Oh, this is gonna be fun. How do they expect me to do this? I guess like this? Oh, and then the wires, right? The wires have to go through back there. Alright, I guess let me... Will I have space? Oh, how fun. There you go. It's actually working. Wires, wires. This crazy contraption. Oh, okay, dropped it. Oh, you know what? I can just put the springs in there. Alright, that was so fiddly. So fiddly. Alright, I'm gonna unplug this and see if I can plug it in down there, but no, if it goes all the way to the bottom, it'll be pressing something. Alright, there's gotta be a better way to manage these wires here. I'm sure they're about to tell me. Also, I'm so glad I didn't grease anything yet, because I would be covered by now. Alright, I have to look ahead. I want to see if I did this correctly, because this is looking like a hot mess at the moment. Wires are all crossed. Alright, hold on. Let me undo that. Undo. Okay, I'm pulling this up. I lost all the washers. One. Where's the other washer? There it is. Huge fan of building custom printers and kits. At least my favorite part is the wiring. Yeah, same. The same. I love the mechanical aspect of it, but when it comes to the firmware, the wiring's okay, right? It's okay. It's the firmware, really. Firmware stuff, the software stuff. That's like haunting to me. Alright, let's see. How do I do this part? Can I tape it to the bed itself? No. Can I unplug it and have it go through there, maybe? Let's try that. Maybe that's the solution. Also, I should probably look ahead. Aha, cut for heater wires. Got the heater wires down through the hole in a T8 nut block and into the highlighted path. Secure them using zip tie looms. Zip tie looms? Bruh. Oh, that's the printed part that doesn't exist. Note, a note on the heat bed wires and cable chains. The heat bed that we specify in our sourcing guide has individual wires. This allows for easy installation into these parts into the cable chain. Okay, we're doing... Alright, I guess I just have to do it. I like the firmware part, especially Clipper. Yes. Clipper made it a little bit more tolerable. I also try to use Clipper pretty much exclusively at this point. Yeah, I will not compile Marlin. I'm telling you that right now. I have been there and done that so many times. For so many various reasons. I am no longer interested. Alright, let's see. I got one. Two. Where are you going? Three. Now I got this little wire thing to deal with. I lost the screw. Alright, so that might not be possible. I was trying to get this thing in there, but that's not... Oh, I see. I gotta undo this again. Okay, fine. So in the middle here, right here on the bottom, I'll be able to zip tie... I'll be able to zip tie this. Also, let me take this bed off of here. So this connection right here, I can push back and zip tie it to the metal part like that. This part, I can zip tie it. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, I lost my washers again. Where's the third one? No, seriously, where's the third one? Found it. It's hiding. Alright, let's do that again. This time we're going to guide those wires in. So first goes the plug, then goes this guy, and this guy. All right. Okay. Now, these should actually be nice and smooth through here and not look like... There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Alright, let me get these threaded and I'll show you. Okay. Problem, I guess? Remember when they said, depending on the different types of bed mounts, you're going to need different head screws? Yeah, these are going to be too long. Let me check that theory. Okay, maybe they'll work. They're not hitting anything, so we'll call it a success. Hey Brian, how you doing? The manual doesn't use Wagos and such, so it might be a bit different. Oh, I mean they have them, and I have a mount for them. Oh, I see what you're saying. There is a mount here, isn't there? How does that work? That looks like threaded inserts to me. Yeah, that's supposed to go there, isn't it? Brian, that's a good catch. So you're saying the manual doesn't have it, but they do. A Cheeto with a tiny dab of grease between the washers. Nice, good idea. It's funny, as if you were talking about the ALB sensor earlier, I just realized I hadn't set up mesh on my Neptune 4 Pro. I've printed for 2 weeks straight on it, no problems. Now I'm setting up mesh. Yeah, the smaller beds, like 200, 225, 230, they're small enough to get away without a mesh. If you're talking 300 plus, yeah, you're gonna have a much more wobblier scenario, right? Hold on, let me try to think about this. So, let me open this folder I have somewhere. Let's go projects, Fysetc 0. So somewhere here. Right here, found it. Brian, thank you so much. That little nod, this little nod at the way it goes helps a lot, because as you can see right here, I remember looking at this right there. That's the bed, and that's on the inside, and that's where all these wires go. So that's what we got to do. I got to take this off. Thank you. Alright, let's get that back on there. Take these springs out for now. That also means I need 2 inserts and some hardware. I should put the same washer on twice. Okay, we'll throw them on here so I don't lose them. And it looks like it gives us a place to zip tie the other connections. Yeah, hot bed line and thermistor. That's why the wires are so short. So they give you long wires. They give you long wires, and they let you manage everything with this. Okay, cool. All right, that makes a lot more sense. And now I'm even happier that I did this separate stream for just the bed, because there's no way that I would have been able to do the tool head and the bed in one reasonable stream. Obviously I could go long, but so now I'm definitely happy about that. So let's get this thing fired up again. We need 2 more inserts. are they? Where are you? Those Wago connectors changed my life. Ballistic, don't you have some of these printers to build? Perfect. Perfect! Yeah, I have an LDO V0 kit. Nice, nice, nice. Have you done the Wi-Fi mod with the USB? I don't know what you're talking. My streaming recording setup took a hit. Camera isn't showing up in OBS, and the scenes got all messed up. Oh man, listen, OBS. Obviously we can't complain too much, right? 'Cause it's free. But man, 2 of the past streams, something has happened. One was internet related. So the one before last, my OBS just crashed out, and obviously once you close the stream, you can't join back in. It opened the second stream and started posting there. That was one thing. The second thing is my audio gets messed up every time I turn it off and turn it back on. And I can set it all up. As soon as I hit start stream and start recording, the audio gets messed up again. So every time I join a stream, that's why in the beginning I ask about sound, because I gotta like go back in and fiddle with it. And then for some reason, wow, the internet one, I understand more. But like I'm getting all these little tiny bugs, and it's kind of frustrating. I use that other thing, I think it's called like StreamYard or something, but I got tired of paying for it, especially because this is so powerful. Cyborg, nice. I hear good things. Probably to try this Fysetc kit next. Nice. Yeah, this seems fun. This kit seems fun. I do like the lightweight gantry and the CNC bed. Those things are cool. Like, they're nice little touches. Streamlabs. Yeah, what'd I say? StreamYard? No. Yeah, StreamYard, right? That's what it's called? Yeah, I had like a paid app for a couple months in the very beginning, and I don't like it. Like it gave you zero freedom, so I gave up on it. What about Stream Elements? Isn't that free? It is, but that's different. That's just like an add-on, from what I understand. Like I can't get rid of it. When you guys see when I started, it says in here that that it starts. I can't get rid of that. I have it all disabled everywhere. But the account is still linked, I guess, somewhere to my YouTube. Alright, so let's get this installed. That also means these guys have to go in there. How do they get mounted? Do they pop in? Oh, they gave us hardware for that. I'm guessing this hardware is for that, which would be very nice. Let's test that theory. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Alright, so that's a nice little move by Fysetc. It's always important to open up their files from their GitHub and take a look around. Like, this document literally gives us everything. Like, that's the layout we're looking for right there. Press fit, yeah, I'm about to find out. I just wanted to see if the hardware works. And it does. Yep. So this little baggie had all of the things in it together. Alright, so these little guys... Let's see how they work. Oh, I see. There's like a little lip. So the Wagos have a tiny, tiny little lip on the bottom, and so do the openings. So they kind of just slide in there and click in. Yep, they click in. That's it. So they go in, but they can't come out. Sweet. And then it looks like there's also... yeah, nice big click on that one. That's so satisfying. And this little guy, the little splitter, there's little grooves for it. And when you slip this guy in there, there's also a piece of hardware that we gotta put in. Look at that. There's little grooves for the solder. Yeah, I'm not putting a hardware in there. There's no need for that. That's in there. That's in there for the life of the printer. But they give you a nice little hole right there. That's pretty thought out for a little tiny thing like that. I think Streamlabs is just an OBS plugin. Sorry, Stream Elements. Yeah, Stream Elements is just a plugin. Streamlabs is basically OBS on steroids. Much more settings and customization. Some of the customizations cost some, I think, but I'm not sure. Haven't used it in a while. I'll have to take a look. I think I had some... Was it Streamlabs? No. I think I used something called StreamYard. The StreamYard thing was cool because if you have other guests, like if I was doing like a talk show or something, or a guest appearance or something, it makes that really easy. I wouldn't even know how to do that here. I'd have to watch some kind of tutorial. But yeah, nice little design on here. Alright, so let's get that on there. That goes upside down, and there's only one side it can go on. So that's a no-brainer. Also, before I do this, let's plug in the other wires. Right, because then we'll have to put the bed on. I guess I'll flip the machine over and do it there. Actually, we'll just do it that way. I'll install this, and then we'll flip the machine over. Oh, everybody, good news. Good news, Hodo fans. The vacuum is on the way. I am way too excited for this vacuum. First print after creating mesh. Good luck. Make sure that you call for the mesh before the print, too. You gotta load that mesh. Alright, that's on. Hodo sucker. It is a Hodo sucker. Alright, this is looking so good, by the way. This, like, what was that sound? Oh, right, preloaded nuts. This looks really nice. Like, that integrated bed is cool. Alright, let me get the bed on there again. And then I'll flip the machine over. And we will make sure all that's in where it's supposed to go. Okay. Let's attach these guys. Now, I might actually have to have smaller screws. Let me test this one more time because I'm going to press these springs. I'm going to compress these springs quite a bit, which means the screw is going to go even lower towards the bottom of the machine here. Come on, little guy, throw it on. There we we go. Yeah, I mean, those are, I'm afraid those are too long. That's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to take the magnet off and everything. So let's hope I don't have to do that. All right, let's see. Ah, it's close. It's really close. Man, I don't like that. And it's one of those things where it's better to do it now than to get further in there. What screwdriver is that? The screwdriver is this Hodo precision screwdriver set. It's a extremely nice piece of kit. It's just very expensive, even on sale. But the quality is just pretty much next level. This one is the one that I've been building pretty much every machine with except for this one. It's a tiny little machine. But this thing is amazing and a great value. I think it goes in for sale for like $36, $38. This thing's amazing. Hodo Tools. Looks like a very robust little printer. Yeah, this printer is just the absolute beast. Oh, do I do that in start code? You do it in your start. No, not in your start G code. You do it in the Clipper config for start_print. Looks like that kit is 120. Yeah, it's 120, and there's a $30 coupon. It's expensive. I also do have a discount for their affiliate. I haven't looked deep enough into it. I just joined their affiliate link or affiliate program. I don't know how much it is on their website. I honestly haven't looked. All right, so let me figure out what I'm gonna do here. I mean, that's why they warned me, right? So this is definitely my doing. Yeah, I don't want to cut them shorter on the machine. I don't want to do that. So yeah, let's just, before I get further in, we're putting in different screws. That's the unfortunate turn. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. And then we'll run the cables, we'll do the chain, and that should be it. So this is the only little problem so far. And it's my own causing. Bed mesh profile load mesh 1. Yes. You know, stick with default, but you can name it whatever you want. But default usually just makes it easy, because if there's other macros or whatever, they usually just call for default. Default usually gets loaded in by itself. So overriding default is totally fine. Just having one profile called default, all lowercase. Which screws are the problem? The three main screws that hold the bed down, they're too long. And there was a line in the manual that said if you have a different bed than the stock bed, you might want to use different screws. And I was like, ah, whatever, Voron geniuses. Yeah, you want it to load the mesh every time. I'm assuming you're using Clipper, right? The best way I find to do all of this, my favorite setup, is to install Camp with a K. Very easy installation, and once you do it, it'll only probe the area that's needed to probe for the file. So in my start G code, I just have it do a mesh bed and then pull that mesh bed. It clears, does the mesh, and then pulls it. Therefore, every single time I print, it just probes the area it needs and then just cleans it up. It makes it so much easier. That's how I do it. You can also do it in the macro CFG and then just do an include macro that's CFG. Should be M3x40, yes, but they're not. These are too long. These 40s are too long. I gotta play with camp. Yeah, camp is definitely worth it. It's definitely my favorite thing. I install it almost right away. And also, they redid it somewhat recently, made the installation so much easier. There's barely anything to configure. Like if you want adaptive mesh, you just type in, you just add include adaptive mesh. That's it. That's all you have to add. So it makes it pretty darn easy. 40 millimeters long. Yeah, these are Brian, but they're too long. Yeah, it's 33 sticking up. Yeah, these are 40s, 39 point something. So they're 40s. I gotta go lower. So don't forget, this has the CNC bed, and the CNC bed is definitely smaller in, you know, in height than the stock one. That's what Fysetc used in their video, really? It hits the bottom. Maybe they keep their springs loose. Like, I like to keep my springs kind of taut, which I plan on doing here. Alright, so I'm going to carefully peel this magnet. Let's do one corner at a time. Let's see how small these 35s are. You do have 30s as well. Let's lay it out. Let's see. They use lock nuts between the bed and the springs. Really? Okay. Then I will do that while I have the chance then. Because the instructions on in the manual did not have that. Brian, thanks, man. You're always looking out. I truly appreciate it. I really don't know if I tell you enough. Like, thank you, man. Very helpful. And I appreciate you. Also, wait a minute. What are these for? What are these M3 thumb nuts for? How do I put clipper on my Aquila? Do I use a CB1? I have videos on that. Yes, you can use pretty much anything that will run clipper on it. And I already included a CFG and a bin file for you to use. All you have to do is figure out what device you're going to choose to do. And yeah, CB1 will do the trick and then some. Do I not have locking? I guess they don't give you any in this kit. Those are bed leveling knobs if you don't want to use the printed ones. Oh, okay. Alright, locking nuts. Yep, found them. Oh, I even got black ones. Look at that. Okay, so I think I might even go 30. They're hard to turn. Yeah, right. I think I might do these 30 mils. Let me check. Put the spring in. Let's put. Yeah, I know there's gonna be even less room. Like that. Yeah, we're doing 30. Yeah, I'm gonna do 30 mil bolts. We're going short. I don't like these long ones. Like I said, this is a personal preference because it's a personal preference because I do like these springs compressed quite a bit, because when they're compressed, they will never move again. Like, I'll never need to fiddle with them. So that's going to be the plan. Alright, now, to get these locking nuts on here, fold it. and hodl it down. Oh yeah. All right, look at that. As if we didn't do anything. Cool. Good to know. Now let me test this out. So washer, spring. Where are we at? Over here. And compress. Yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, 30s are good. That's what I want. I want 30s. I'm gonna move it aside for a second here. Let's get these bad boys in here. Keep in mind, there's no adjustability for the tool head height. It might be. Oh. Well, yeah, that's okay. So you might be at the mercy of how things come together for how tight the bed has to be. I see what you mean. Like, it might not reach the bed. Man, that makes a lot of sense, my friend. That makes a lot of sense, my friend. I don't like how much sense that makes. I don't like it. All right. We'll do 35s. Man. That's a really good point. And the reason why that stuck with me just now is that's happened to me before. I don't remember the exact machine that's happened to me before on, but it has definitely happened to me before. Yeah, you can use Z offset to adjust one way, but not the other. Right, right. If the bed is all the way at the top and it doesn't reach the tool head, yeah. I have had that physical situation happen. I think it might have been like on a Kaiwu machine that I have. Had. That was the same on Rook and K1. I ended up needing longer bed. Oh man. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Alright guys, hold on. Should I just keep the... Should I just keep the 40s? Okay. So, if the 40s are too long for real, then I can essentially undo the bolts on the bottom and then just add some shims on top of the spring to move it away from the bottom. No, I can't do that. No, because then you can use offset. No, you can't. Man, I'm just gonna put the 40s on there again. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. like it. I'm gonna do it. Anyway. You guys put that fear in me. The joys of printer kits, yeah. It's alright. This is how we learn. I always try to tell my daughter to, like, just listen, right, and learn by somebody telling you because they had a previous experience. Yet I myself don't seem to follow that very often. I usually just break it by learning that way through experience. So there you go. Do as I say, not as I do, I guess. The clearances for the V0 are like super tight. There's no extra XYZ travel min. Okay, you're right. You're right. Once again, see? Brian, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Oh, by the way, I was looking up the CSL kit. And I saw the Moza has a kit that a lot of people really like. And it's supposed to be like direct competition. My slider that I have for my camera is actually by Moza. They use the same font. I don't think they're the same like division. But that also looks cool and has really great reviews. The Moza R5, I think it's called, and then there's also an R9, and that seems like it's a lot more affordable. Wow, it's a little bit cheaper, but that gives me enough money to buy a handbrake, for example, for the same cost as the CSL. First, second, end 3, where there's like extra 20. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll just do it how they have it. They're engineers. They know what's up. But the locking nuts is worth it just alone. Oh, this one's gonna. Oh wait, I don't have to. I can do it this way. I gotta say that's gonna be hard to put on since it spins. Be back in a few. Having to remesh. Assume I didn't save it correctly because it says I can't find it. Oh yeah. You have to make sure you save it as something, and then in the beginning. Oh, and also save. Also, some people don't tell you this, but a reboot after you do that, like after you make a mesh and you save it, do a full reboot. That also sometimes helps with some weird little bugs. Moza is nice. They sponsor a couple of really popular sim racing content creators. Not sure about their console support though. Well, I'm PC. I'm PC. I don't own a console. I haven't had a console since, I guess, Xbox 360 days. So I'm all PC, so that's okay. One thing I was trying to do before I spend the money is, I have a bunch of machines like back here. I was seeing if anybody wants to trade. Is there like a Reddit group or is there a Reddit group or like a Facebook group or something that you could recommend? Or maybe a Discord? PC or Golden? Yeah. Price is really good. Haven't heard too much about their support warranty. Yeah, I mean, just like with my 3D printers, I expect 0 support and 0 warranty. Like, that's just like a personal flaw that I have, I guess. And whenever I receive really good support, I'm like blown away. But I never expect it. I'm just going to assume that I'm going to buy this product and they're poofed. And then if anything better than that ever happens, I'm happy. So that's an easy one. Time we got 11. Wow. Always expect the worst. You know where I learned that? Honestly, I think it was in middle school or something. I remember there was a bunch of snow days that we were supposed to have. Everyone was like, this is gonna be the biggest storm, we're gonna be off for like a week or something. And I was like, no, we're not gonna be off by a week or something. I remember I was on the other side. Like, I thought that we were definitely gonna be off for a week, and it didn't even snow, and I was crushed. And ever since then, specifically with snow days, I always told everybody, no, we're gonna have school, don't plan anything, like, you know, blah blah. And then if we are off and there was a snow day, then we're gonna be super happy. Ever since those days, I do that in my head. Like, I just expect the worst, and then if it goes well, then it's fantastic. Not low expectations, 0. I expect 0 from anyone. I don't want to rely on them. I don't care. It is way more likely that I will be fixing something myself anyway. I do that with cars, bikes, pretty much everything I own, so I'm okay with it. I'm one of those weirdos. Alright, that goes there, that goes there, which means this goes here. Did I get them? I got them. Alright, so now we're about to be at the same spot we were probably like 30-40 minutes ago. But with more knowledge. What's that other saying? Under promise, over deliver? Right. Does anyone have or used a Qi X3 Max? No, I haven't. Thinking of buying it or getting a Creality K-Max. I have a K-Max in a box, but I have not used it. I have had the X Plus 3, both of them, both versions. I still use both of them almost daily. They're phenomenal now that they're fixed. I am a huge fan of them. They have become a legitimate push-button machine that can print everything. So if they are anything like the X Max, I think it's going to be good. Yeah, the K1's cool. K1's cool, especially now that it's all open source. That was a huge worry. Man, these wires are so fiddly. That hole should have probably been bigger a little bit. Alright, that's all through. Which means I can now flip this over. Let's lower this. Oh yeah. Yep, okay, so this we will just zip tie to the rest of the wires. Cool. Look at that little thing. Nice little pocket under there. Do you believe it's the same Moser you're thinking of for the camera slider? Oh, is it? Yeah, because if that's, like, their app is actually really good for the slider. Like, it surprised me. I thought it was going to be just some, just by the looks of things, you know, because I thought it was just some off-brand nonsense. But they actually put in a lot of effort. And, you know, it still works really well. High-quality piece. Like, everything's machined really well. So, if it's the same company, that's pretty cool. When they started, people noted that they had experience in other segments. Yeah. I have a Qidi X-Max 3. Is that what you mean? Yes, that is what it means. It's having small issues, but I love it. K1 cranked out the 100 parts in record time. Oh, the 100 is the hexes. But I like my P1S as well. Even though Bamboo Labs is like the evil empire for some. No, they're doing really well. In my opinion, here's my opinion. It's not Bamboo themselves. or their product. In my opinion, it's the people that will yell their names from the rooftops. They can't do any wrong. It's the best and only company in printer. You know, I can't go anywhere on the Facebook groups, and then you go in there and you go into the Facebook groups and you just scroll down for a while, and it's like someone will post something regular and be like, this is amazing, and someone will be like, this is amazing, and there's like 1,000 people in there just, you know, it's like blind leading the blind is not the wrong thing. It reminds me of when, this is going to be a weird analogy for some, but it reminds me of when the Ender 3 first came out, right? And the Ender 3, when it first came out, was so much easier than some of the other machines. And someone would have it for like a month, and they consider themselves an expert in 3D printing. The Bambu Labs is so easy to use and so fast and so good that it makes people believe that they're 3D print experts in a month. So after a month of printing a couple things here and there, people are like on the internet with like they feel like they know everything. And that cockiness, you know, along with their new alignment with the brand that they chose and they love now, it's just so frustrating to me. Like, it really gets under my skin, because I'll have a conversation with somebody and they're really confident and they're arguing with me about something, and then, which is fine, I mean, I can obviously be wrong, and then I find out that they just have one machine and they've had it for a few weeks. Like, dude, what are you talking about? Stop it. I also don't like that there's a lot of people, I'm not saying you're one of those people, there's a lot of Bambu people like this that will claim that that's the only machine that you should buy, you should save up all your money, and you shouldn't buy anything else because they're the best. Like, yeah, they're really good, but not everyone has that much money, especially because you can get a $200 printer and do anything with it. It can print the same stuff, it just takes a little longer. Like, chill out, people. Just chill. I just don't like how divisive. No, I don't like how dismissive they are of other machines and other companies. I don't like that. They probably have a code base built up for their products. I bet most of their camera gear and sim racing stuff is the same chip, like the STM32. Yeah, I think so. I would assume. I kind of noticed there were some similarities between like the look of some of the components, like the styling. Splicing. When you start your second roll after the first one runs out, always fails. Very annoying. Really? Yeah, I haven't even tried that ever. Echo chamber. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Brian, that's the most perfect... The perfect terminal. I forgot these words in that combination existed. That's what I meant. Like, that is... I'm a very visual person. I just imagined those words and what I was saying. Yeah. Yes. So that part is what I don't like about Bambu Labs. Has nothing to do with their machine. Has nothing to do with what they've done for the 3D print community, because I love that stuff and I recommend them all the time. I just don't think it's the end all be all, and I hate the fact that people think that it's the only thing that someone should buy. I really, like, I don't like that. I think people come at Bambu's defense similar to Apple fans. Yes. It's Bambu or Apple or bust. So I am an Apple fanboy like this. But I have PCs. I have custom built PCs. I know where they belong and what they're for and who they're for. I've been in Apple for a very long time because of, I think, at the end of high school, I had to get one because I went to art school and they required it for the software that we were using at the time, for video, for design, for art, that type of stuff. So I've been in that ecosystem for a very long time. And I see how it rubs people the wrong way, because they'll make something and they're like, this is the way we're going to do it now, and you can't have it the other way. And that turns people off instantly. The iPhone's a big example. That's why people use Android. I have had Androids before. I just can't do it. I really like the conveniences of Apple products. And I'll be the first to tell you that I've modified and hacked more Apple stuff than a lot of people even attempt. So I think I'm like a PC person in a Mac world, if that makes sense. And similar with 3D printers. So yeah, I can relate to both sides of that. Like I said, my problem is not with them or their product, just like my problem is not with Apple or their product. It's the people, the sheepies. And they, you know, there's people on both sides of that fence. I'll seriously take a look at the Flying Bear Reborn 2 with extra parts converted to Clipper. Yeah, it's been a really fun machine. You have to. This can't be your first machine. This Reborn 2 with the stuff that you have to do to it can't be a machine. It's essentially one of these kits that that is mostly put together. You know, well, it's not mostly put together, but it's much more pieced together than some other machines. But yeah, it doesn't come with. It should come with Clipper out of the box. It should have a different board in it out of the box, but that's why it's so inexpensive. It's like a kit. Unless this can happen with any printer that makes 3D printers more accessible, beginner friendly. Yeah, but then again, here the great example of that is the new Ender V3 SE. No more Z offset, auto bed leveling, $200 or even less. Faster than the Ender 3 by like 4 or 5 times or something like that. It's you know, it looks exactly like an old Ender, just does a bunch of things automatically from the K1, that same system with the load cell. Why is that not being screamed from the rooftops? Closed source sucks. Yeah, I agree. So you know what I mean? So like, maybe I'm ranting? Am I ranting? I'm ranting. But it's weird because I don't dislike bamboo. I want a Mac now to love it, but I admit they're faults. Yeah, right, exactly. Like I run Windows on Macs all the time to do other things that I can't do on a Mac. Chills. Yeah, chills. Yeah, that's the new word, chill. Newton. Nice. I'm close to switching to a MacBook for work. And man, MacBook's amazing. Amazing device. I had this one MacBook Pro from 2014, and about a year and a half ago I got one of the new MacBook Pros with the new chip because they're just unbelievable. But I can do everything on this laptop. Anything from 4K video editing to playing some serious games. Like I can play SnowRunner, which isn't like a very fast pace. I can play SnowRunner with locked in at least 30 frame rates. Obviously, that's not, it's not the type of game where you need fast refresh rates, so that I'm jumping on my PC for. But it can play that in 4K. Think about that. That's a Mac laptop. I can run like 3 virtual machines while within the Apple ecosystem with Parallels with 0 issues. It's just a beast. It can do everything, and the build quality, it's so good. It's almost too good. They're very pricey. Yeah, you gotta pay to play. Unfortunately, you gotta pay to play. Very similar to the bamboo scenario. The X1C, amazing. Does everything. Even multicolor. Gotta pay to play. Hey, Zoomy, how you doing? I do have some Mac Minis. Yep, yeah, they'll take Linux pretty easy. I used to hate Macs, but I've switched. Apple Silicon's amazing. Yeah, Apple's new chips are mind-boggling, really. They're so good. Alright, it looks like we need to get some wiring going, or else I'll never be able to do any of this stuff. Still in pain, really, still. Fixing to order that buggy? Yeah, the buggy's cool. So let's see what this wire says. TB. Is there an in and an out? I doubt it, but it just connects these two together. Let's click that in. Okay. Oh, a bit out. I bet we'll do this far one because this one will be a tight reach. Yeah, it's a perfect reach, actually. There we go. That's plugged in. And how do these work? We got a red one and a black one, which means this is going to have a red one and a black one. Yep, okay, that's easy. Man, this wiring's great. It's labeled, it's crimped really nicely. They're labeled hotbed. Yeah, perfect. Okay. That is very nice. Alright, so the red one is shorter, so we'll make that one the close one first. Go in. Pop that up or down. Which way was that? Down? Yep. Put this guy in there. Tight squeeze. I mean my tweezer. Booyah. Alright, that's there. Now we do the black one. There we go, like that, and clip. Man, these Wagos are amazing. I see what you mean by they changed your life. That's so nice. Okay, those are all in. And now we can do some zip tying. Let me get a zip tie around this first. Because I don't want it, we'll just keep this separate. I'll do it like that. Where is my snippy snips? Out of here. Alright, Zoomy. And 3 chips should be out soon. Nice. Want to see? Yeah, the 5 tool head XL would be sick. That thing is cool. And they're taking their time, like, doing it. I have a feeling it's gonna be good. Not having MP3 to compare it to, I wouldn't know. Yes, Ferals, they did really good with that. And same with the other kit. The Trident kit was also really well. Yeah, I always use them as well. It just makes it a nice little connector. There's no BS with them, you know? Night Zoomy. Dentist again, huh? Oh, nice. Yeah, I also have some more dentistry to do. I have a double crown coming at 7 a.m. That's gonna be horrible. All right, so as far as wiring goes, how do I make this neat? Because it looks like a mess right now. Oh, this looks good though. And actually, there's a great opportunity for a zip tie right here. So let me take that opportunity real quick. Great way to start the day, right? Man, that is so tidy. That's definitely a nice touch. Here, just so you guys can see a little closer, for those wondering what I'm doing over there. So yeah, this little printable here holds everything in. Wires come in, wires come out. So everything came in from the bed, and now on the other side we have just this little bundle. So very clean, Very simple, and this is going to go to the cable chain on that side. So very nice little underside of this bed. I also just noticed and realized that it's not insulated. I guess you don't want it to be, so it also heats the chamber. But I do have some insulation. Crowns are about the most fun you can have at the dentist office. Well, so a couple weeks ago, I had a tooth just removed. It was the one all the way, the molar all the way in the back, like close to the temple. I don't have wisdom teeth at all. Like, they've never been removed. I just don't have them, apparently. So it's the furthest tooth. And for some reason, they said it's not even worth trying to fix or putting an implant in. They're like, if you just remove it, once it heals, you won't even notice it's there, which is very weird to like not have a tooth all the way in the back. But that one had four. Is it 4 or 5? I had one extra root in there. So not only do I not have wisdom teeth, but I had extra roots. So it was wild. In a Fysetc video, they have cable wrap that goes around that bundle into the... Really? Oh, right, because some of it is going to be exposed. I should probably pull up this video, right? Yeah, because we do get some cable wrap. And this is the good stuff too. Huh, for valence. Let's see. Fysetc V0.2 R1 bed video. Let's see if it comes up. Hey, look at that. Don't have this corrupt. Okay, hold on. Let me just type that in. Voron 0.2 V1.0 kit assembly video part 4. What a title. Also, this might be loud. Oh, okay, good. That part's red on theirs, huh? Well, I had to print my own, I was missing it. Oh, okay, so they just cable wrapped it going to the chain. Okay, cool. Alright, then that's done. Thanks, Brian. Man, that's like, what, 3-4 things already? Thank you, man. Blender, I gotta try Blender at some point. All right, so let's check that out. So I'll put the the cable stuff on it after I figure out the chain. I'm sure there's some specific... Also, I shouldn't have closed that video. No, I don't think that's weird, Brian. I think that's super cool. I legit think that that's super cool. And useful information. So, this part, the chain... Oh, they didn't even tell you about wiring here, huh? He is. You guys ever see his production quality on his videos? On his live stream even? It's great. The dude knows what's up. Question is, where's the chain? I've located the chain. No choppy tonight. It was my internet, which was weird because it went down low enough to not have good video, but high enough for me to still be able to connect everywhere. So, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Flip this little guy over again. What a little monster. What a little monster. There's so much to this little thing. It's just insane. Alright, so this is going to go this way and up. Like that. Aha, okay, so that gets a little sleeve. And it will get zip tied right there. Alright, cool. Cool beans. So this chain, I just have to make sure that it's in here right, because actually there's only one way that it fits, so that's okay. So the only way that it's gonna go is like this. Means it has to go like that. Which also means that this has to go in this way, and it's gonna be a total pain. Yeah, it's gonna be an absolute pain to get these through. I'm so spoiled. We complained about a little choppy chop 20 years ago on live stream being impossible. So spoiled. Yeah. That's 100% the truth. 100% the truth. We are a bunch of complainers. Okay, you know what? Let me be smart about this. Let's get just some basic tape here before I spend an hour putting it through here. Yeah. Average Basement Guys is a great name for a channel. These ears like a little tiny robot lapdog. Yeah. It is. This thing will definitely nip your ankle. That's for sure. Alright, let's see if this was a mistake or not. Okay, this was a mistake. I did it wrong. Make sure you have the exact number of links. Mine from Formbot was too long. I had to mess with it until it was right. Okay. That's a good point. They did mention it. How would I know if it's the right amount of links is the question I have immediately. What would it be in the way of? Oh, so that can't be right. Oh, here we go again with the printed parts. I need a spacer. Yeah. This was another printed part option. Okay, so I need a spacer for the cable chain over here, or else it won't fit. So that's the top. So that seems to be okay. Now I guess that's, or it's not the top. Let's see. That's the top. Yeah, that won't fit. That's about max. So it looks like it might be one link too long. Mine was the carriage would hit at the top. That's what's happening here. I think mine's one too long. That would be really good stuff to note. Yeah. So far, any of the problems that I might have had here that are outside of, you know, me, which is a huge factor in the build, all of it has been the printed parts and the lack thereof. And like I said, that's I've mentioned it to them every time with notes, and they've explained that that's not going to be permanent. I have one of the earlier kits where they assembled it all very quickly to get it to me as soon as they could. Alright, that has more space. Let's go to the very top. Tippity top. There we go. Will that reach? Yes. Okay, there we go. So one link too long. I'll put that aside so that I remember. And I have to print an extension for it, which I can easily put that on. Not extension, what do you call it? A spacer, which I can very easily do at any other time off stream. Alright, let's see if I can finally get this through there. This is gonna be such a tight fit. Jeez. With the connectors, obviously. The wires will be fine. Alright, looks like I might have to do it just one by one. Of course I got it all jammed up in there. How else would I do this? I would do it the most difficult and not correct way. Also, I'm learning every day that I absolutely hate chains. I used to think they were cool until I had them. Now that I have chains, they're so annoying. But I see why they did it this way, because then this stays in the chain forever. And if you need to maintain any of these pieces, they're on either end of these wires. So I guess the hope is just so that these wires don't end up breaking, like they did in my Trident. But that was a self issue. Is it worth taking the JST connector off? I'm gonna just put it in there separately, and yeah, I might have to do that. That would be the next step. It's really a tight fit. Figured that would pass through my chubby connector. Yeah, it's definitely a tight fit. Chain on my Chitty popped off, no big deal. Well, yeah, that has just one wire going through it. The whole bed was not fun. Chaining it open, very nice. Yeah. Yeah, this connector will not fit through here, so I gotta undo it. The issue I have is, will I be able to mark them? Alright, so the one with on the TB side what I mean by TB side is this shrink wrap has TB on one end. That's going to be on the left side of the connector. Connector facing up. So let's depin. There we go. TB is on the left side of the connector, are the words that I said. There we go, easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Come on. Tweezers. Phenomenal tool. Phenomenal. I use tweezers more than any other tool probably. From grabbing little filaments to just all kinds of little micro adjustments for things, grabbing stuff. Alright, let's put this back together. So we got TB. The TB side is going to be on the left side of the connector. Make sure that's true. Alright. TB back on the left side of the connector again. Okay. That's in. And now, just so that I don't forget, I'm going to take these out. And this will be how I'm going to remind myself that I need to print this and throw it on here. Little spacer. And that one's open-ended, so that's okay. Oh, critical error. Guys, I made an error. There is a pass-through. Why am I like this? There is a wire pass-through area. See that hole right there? Right there? I'm supposed to put the wires through there. This is how I do things. Plucking eyebrows. Hey, 30 Pine Lab. Alright. Again. Let's go again. Let's see if I can take these out first. Well, they come out of there really easily, I'll tell you that. Will this JST connector come out without the other wires? Does it fit into this cable chain at all? Because if it does, then I know there's an order. I don't think it fits in there. Yeah, I don't think this connector fits in at all. Yeah, it just does not fit into the chain. Okay, so that's noteworthy if you have to take this connector apart. Alright, once again, just to say it out loud, the TB is on the left side of the connector. Alright, now these things need to pass through here. Detangle. Oh. and that gives me a place to zip tie. Yeah. Okay. Alright, back through here it goes, and this has to be the end. Oh, now that that connector isn't on there, actually it's not worth it. Throw them in like this. Come on through. Almost. We're almost there. Come on, little wires. Alright, red out. Blue out. Remember when I said this was going to be a quick stream? We're just doing the bed? Psych. Oh, jeez. Are you serious right now?
I'm serious.
Siri, I'm not talking to you. I know you're serious. Am I serious? Was the question. Now I'm just trying to rush. So I'm messing up. So this needs to slide on first. Come on. Sorry, I'm hyper focusing now. I want to get these wires through here and done. Come on. Alright. Hopefully that's the final time there. Alright, TB is going on the left side of the connector. Alright. Matrix track every time. I love it. It's so good. Alright, so these wires drop in there. You guys go hang out down here, a little party for you. Which leaves this up here. Can we clicky this into there? 1, 2. Alright, yeah, and this we can't install yet because we need that spacer. Is all the way at the top? Yeah. Alright, and then as far as the wires, we'll do that after the spacer's in. I guess I can put this part on too. Alright, this is might be the most fiddly part so far. Okay. Woo! My back hurts. I broke a sweat. Oh. I missed so much of the conversation. If you hadn't had to redo like 30 things a few times, you have really built a Voron, right? Yeah, I've definitely redone a bunch. At least it's not the 15 foot of Trident. Yeah, the Trident wires, man. I had to do it a couple times and my God, it's still, listen, my Trident has been sitting there without the wires fixed for what, 2 weeks? I haven't used it. And I turned it on the other day and forgot that it was broken, as in the wires. I need to do it. I need to find the time. Maybe when this thing's done, I'll do a stream of just working on that for a little while. But yeah, I have to run the new wires all the way through. That should be good. All right, but this I think is done. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, the next is just print head. So I guess what we can do is I can find that spacer real quick. Siri trolling every time. No pixel on bed, that's right. Yeah, I'm surprised this kit doesn't at least have those the PCBs for the top. Like, that seems kind of odd. They should almost definitely include that. Do you think we should teach better about fish tapes? Yeah, I need some education on that. I guess let's put this on there for funsies. Ah, slap. Slap. Easy. Easy little printer. That is, the satisfaction there is pretty great. And I'm gonna hold off on putting any cable stuff because of the spacing here that needs to be adjusted. So I'll do that. I'll do that first, and then we'll do cable. What's this thing called? We'll do that after. All right, but I think for the most part the bed is done. I really like that little piece on the bottom with the Wagos and the little thing. I think that's cool. That means all the main components kind of sit, and then you just extend them off of there. It's like a little hub. That's nice. Yeah, what a cool little machine. And one of the other things about it is you can stare at it for forever. Run an extra set of wires just like for the like a security measure for later, for LEDs and whatnot. Now, if I do LEDs, they'll be at the top, and those will be very easy to run because on this machine you can get up from here into here, so that should be okay. How close to first print? I have the whole tool head, which is one stream. We'll get it done in one. Yeah, this whole thing. That's gonna be fun. I love putting these things together. This one's different. I've never done this little one. Yep. So all that. A lot. This is a lot of steps. A lot to do. Throw the hot end in there. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun little stream. Or not. We'll see. Running the wires. And then this. This is gonna be different, obviously. But I just want to look. So we put that through. This part is completely different. I have a video that they sent me. This doesn't exist for their kit. For their kit, they give you standoffs. So you populate the standoffs here, and the board just goes directly on the standoffs. And because it's not two boards, it's just one. So that makes that much easier. This thing just double-sided tape, which is crazy to me. Like, that boggles my mind. But it will hold it. So that goes there under the little foot, which is also interesting. I printed this, but it's not needed for here because this has nothing to go to. It has their own fan holder, which just double-side tapes yet again, just here, just pointed at the board. Okay, so as far and then wiring. So that's at least two. That's 2 streams right there. This might be 3 or maybe a part of that too. Yep. Yeah, because this part is just different. That part looks like this. Also, the tool head part is different too because they have their own board. This little guy. So, realistically, let's just say 4 streams. Excuse me. Nozzle cam. Nice. Yeah, nozzle cam would be cool. But I'll do that kind of stuff later. I'm going to keep it exactly how this kit wants me to at first. Bless you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, this looks really simple. This is simpler than the Trident by a lot. And this little part right here, this little yellow kind of weird thing, it actually holds the wires. Like, there's a lot of wires on that side, and it holds them all. Like, you zip tie to it. Or Velcro. So that should be good. Separate drivers. Yeah, that's all. That's an easy stream right there. Put the covers on. Panels, I'm not gonna worry about. Oh, okay. So since the screen goes on, I think we'll have it printing before this, just like the Trident. I had the Trident printing and moving first, and then I did a stream where I finalized it and put everything else on, the skirts, all that stuff. Obviously, the screen would probably be nice. Maybe I'll jump forward, do the screen, throw the screen on the front, and then do the rest, the cosmetics later. What is this? Oh, for the tool head, cable pass through. Okay. Okay, I see. Yep. So yeah, at least let's just say to be safe. Remember that whole like under promise over deliver thing? Let's say 5 streams. What stream number is this? This is 5, right? The other one took like 14. The Trident took like 14. This is gonna take less. Yeah, like this is all extra, you know. That's just like everything's running. It's time to try ABS printing. Then we do this type of deal. Ah, that's cool. Audiobook coming soon. Yeah, so let's say 5 more streams. That hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah. That's a long time actually. That's another month. I'll try to maybe double up again like I did this one. But I was looking through here and I was like, man, if there's any hiccups with the bed, I'm not going to be able to get anywhere near this because there's a lot of steps. And it's smaller than the other one. A little more fiddly, I'm sure. So I'll take the extra time. Yeah, print head's next. Cool. Let's find that spacer. Yeah, basically this one right here. That little guy. Let's see. That's going to be in those same files I have. Let's go to projects, Fysetc, 02, 02R1, STL, and then in here there's a add. Drag chain spacer. I didn't print it. Oh, yeah, okay. I'd have to clean all that up to get to the chitty because it has the black ABS already loaded in. Okay, well, at least I have the file that I need to print. Let me just drag it to my desktop so it's an absolute no-brainer. Alright, that's what I'll do as soon as the stream's over. Alright, everybody, I wish I had a giveaway. Maybe I should have done it. I kind of figured I don't want to overstep my boundaries. And I absolutely love giving away the rolls of filament to you guys. Here's a question for you. Have you guys liked the video yet? The stream? Let's see. Oh, it's okay. 25 likes and 13 watching. That's a good ratio. Still love you. Aw, that's nice. Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head how many we've given away, but it's pretty good. I think it might be 20 next time. Hit it already. Thank you, everybody. I actually don't know what it does, but people tell me it does stuff. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate. Yeah, so far as a summary, none of the problems that I've had, which haven't been major, they haven't been like stop the project, you know, have been the printed parts. I don't need to tell them anymore. I've already told them enough about the printed parts. Otherwise, it's nice. I still think, you know, this document that's like above me right now is really nice to have. I'm looking at it, you know, like on the full screen. But I kind of wish it would be nice if they like appended it in some way to the manual, or maybe make their own manual. I know that's a lot. They're not gonna be able to keep up with it. It's probably not sustainable. But it'd be nice. It would be nice for beginners. Are beginners making these kits? They're not, right? Stream has been fine since my internet finally came back on just a few minutes ago. Oh, did it go out earlier? Bob? Was it out again? I didn't notice. Everything looks good from here at the moment. Yeah, I guess we don't need the rest of the stuff. Oh, my internet was out. Okay. Yeah, I need to, I think when I have Fios here, I don't know if you guys, where you live, have Fios. But I have my own router, and I've had it for a very long time. And it's probably time for an upgrade. I use Wi-Fi everywhere. My gaming PC is hardwired, and that's it. Right, priorities. But maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for an upgrade. I doubt that was it though, because there were storms in the area, whatnot, and it went out. Like it wasn't related to the router. But still, I like to blame hardware sometimes. Guess what you're doing? Pooping. Almost spit out my drink. What are you doing, Jimmy? Are you building a tank? Order my buggy, nice. Yeah, let's check that out before I head out here. 3D sets, man. Browser view. I am such a fan. Installing. So let's go to shop. Let's go to buggy lineup. You're getting the Sandy, right, Zoomy? Does it require tape over your camera? Which one are you getting? I'm gonna assume you're getting the Sandy. That would be my suggestion. There's OnlyFans page. And my every Clipper config I have has an OnlyFans section. Yeah, so the Sandy is like the perfect first build of these because it's very small in comparison. And it's nimble, it's quick, has very little parts in comparison, has like significantly less. And still uses their belt system, which is really cool. And then it has these little details you can add, which are just so nice. There's also a bunch of community stuff for these things. Also, these are fully printable and you can buy them, and there's people that mod them and all kinds of stuff. But this is going to be really fun, and you can personalize it to such a crazy degree. But yeah, the suspension's actually really trick. Like, obviously pays homage to the original, but it's very cool. Hold on, let's see if we can pull up the instructions here, because you're buying the build guide essentially. Here's the non printable parts, by the way, if you want to just start looking at the list of stuff you're gonna need. This is what you're buying this for. Fit. Oh, okay. More? How do I go more? Yeah, so this book is what everything is about here. Catch these arrows, yeah. So this kind of just goes over everything. I know it's a lot of text. Here's all the hardware you need. And like I said, there's companies that sell this now. Ali is probably your cheapest place to get it. If you pay a little bit more, you can get it much faster. Back in the Corvair. Corvair is cool. This is, Zumi, this is actually one of the most important things you need. And if you get any hardware, get the bearing first and print this little piece, because that bearing has to fit in there kind of tight and not loose. And you need to use horizontal expansion to kind of move it around. Because your entire build, all the pieces have to fit together. So this little tiny piece with the bearing is actually really important. I'm tempted by the Buckster. The Buckster's super cool. Especially if you do, there's like a combination of both you can do that's really cool. Obviously that's too much. But the Buckster is cool. Definitely more complex, but at the same time, pretty freaking cool. Hold on, let me just show a little more. So everything, so like the cool thing is all this is designed to be 3D printed. There's a lot more of these RC cars and projects that are 3D printed, but they're not designed to be. Like, this is ground up designed to be 3D printed. Supports are built in. Like, they knew that it was going to be printed and they gave it to you. Yeah, some of those things are just better to drill through to make it. This is a little template for glass. You can use it. So my wife buys candles, and some of the candles that she buys has like a plastic cover. That's what I use for all the glass. Like, not the binder stuff's too floppy. A lot of like gift cards, not gift cards, but like if you buy not card stock, what am I trying to say? Like the cards that you write stuff in, like thank you cards or whatever, they often have a clear lid on them. You can get it from packaging for things. I wouldn't buy anything for that. The Sandy has 119 parts, but the Buckster has 160. But those 160 are more complicated. Just in the suspension, just the body itself. So yeah, this has a tub essentially, and everything kind of bolts up to the tub. Yeah, like look at it. Look at the detail that's put into the instructions. It's so well done. Ah, here's the crazy part. Like, this is printed in these tiny parts, and they print so well. Look what's happening. This is so cool. I love it. If this isn't adult Lego that you have to like make yourself, I don't know what is. All right. Okay. So this. So I ended up making. I used those little printed vise things as well, like a 3D printed vise to put stuff in. But I ended up using a C-clamp. I don't know if you have one, Zumi, but I used a big C-clamp to pop these things in. I've also used the hammer. A hammer works just fine. But that's the second part, is this little thing that you print, that little second hole. You basically put the suspension links on there and you pop these in with a hammer. Yeah, apply grease and then just pop, and they just kind of fall in there, and then you put an Allen key in and kind of wiggle it around. Walmart picture frames, yep. Yeah, if you're buying stuff like that, they'll have that in there. Yeah, everything's labeled. Man, it's so good. Yeah, like this is cool. As far as the suspension goes, you don't have to take it too serious. So both of my trucks, I have one that's oil filled, and they're phenomenal. They're way better than non-oil filled. What's funny is the non-oil filled is just fine. Like, they don't quite return, but that's for rock crawling. This you're just gonna like drive around, ride around, mostly in your house. If not, maybe in a parking lot here or there. So it's not really critical the shocks is in. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can just get whatever the recommendation is. Usually it's the cheapest on here. So don't, you know, because some people will get really into the suspension because you can tune it like quite a lot. But you don't have to, is what I'm trying to say. I have both, and they have their ups and downs, but it's fine with just a drop-in oilless spring, essentially. Yep, the little servo holder. Yeah, an independent front suspension is wild. You know, both my trucks have an axle in the front. One has an open diff, one has a lock diff. The open diff is also wild. Just the engineering is incredible. Yeah, I love how everything is in little pieces and then it assembles together. But this part's trick right here. So this whole area. Yeah, so do you have an option to do open diff with differential? So this is an open differential. So Zumi, if you don't know what that means, is if you hold one wheel and give gas on an open differential, one wheel will get all the power. You'll be able to hold one and the one wheel will spin. Much better for turns and traction on like pavement. If you're going to do any off-road at all, if you're going to actually put it on sand or anything loose, you want to do the locked differential. And what that means is if you hold one wheel and try to give gas, it'll still try to spin both wheels at the same time. One of my trucks that's way more capable is all locked. This one, the yellow one, the front differential is open, and it's more fun because you get into these weird situations where one wheel will like be against the rock and one will spin. Makes it less capable, but more fun. So if you're going to do mostly road, I would say go open. A little more complicated, obviously, but fun. If you're going to stick to loose, gravelly stuff, which this thing isn't that good at, admittedly, you'd want to do locked. And I wonder where they give you that option, because I don't even see it here. This still says with differential. But yeah, you got the little belts, everything, and the belts make it really quiet. I have a version with gears and one with belts, and the belts is so much more quiet. Ah, so fun. Okay, and then also you have two motor options as well. I also have both. I think if I was to do it again, I would go brushless. More expensive, as per usual, but better. Quiet. Will last longer. Ah, so fun. Cool, you're gonna love it. I know there's to watch my cousin Vinny. Nice. 2 utes. Yep. Yeah, you could weld it. You could do that here too. Get a 3D pen. Get into that diff. Just the integration of everything here is so cool. Yeah, this is where you're going to be putting your receiver. And the receiver is tiny. And there's a cover, so nothing gets in there. Well, very little will get in there. So remember when I was telling you about the battery? The battery's pretty specific. In this one, it is really specific as well because there's a compartment for the battery. The other trucks usually like hide the battery in like a pallet or a cooler. I think this is the yellow one in the trunk. There's a cooler, and you take the cooler off. That's where the battery goes, and it's small, so you have to buy a specific battery. So you have to run the sizes if you're gonna, run it by Hero. He has to know that it has to go in a specific size as well. Like, not only are there specs for the battery, there's also sizes. That's why they have a full recommendations list. Also, these definitely look cooler without the hubcaps. Like this is the setup for the wheel right here. That's how I would do it. Yeah, I would do these wheels like that. Those are okay. I like these. Yeah, super fun. I'm a huge fan of these guys. And just it's just really cool. And if you have a Prusa machine, I know you don't, Zumi, but if you have a Prusa machine, they give you everything you need to just rock it. Where is that one clip? This right here alone makes me want to make this. Can I open this like that? I know I've showed this before, but there's an off-road version of this van, and I really want it. I want it because of this clip. That's a lot. 14. The Brewski van. Yeah, so I would do... Oh, man, it's zoomed in. Try to undo that. So we go back to shop, and then go to the Max lineup. Yeah, I want this one with the Chevy front end on it. Can I click? Yeah, I want this. I want this. So I used to have two Astra vans. Obviously, this isn't an Astra van, but off-road vans, all-wheel drive vans, have a place in my heart. And what they did was they ended up doing hold on, let me get it in here. Right here, this. So nope, not that. There's an accessory kit. Go to all products. Looks like they forgot to put it in there. Here we go, this. So they actually made a Chevy front end right here. Yes, I want it. Look at that. It's so cool. Yeah, so that front end on this van, that's so huge that it holds... Oh, by the way, look in here. Look inside the door. You see that pallet? Is there a better photo of this? This pallet and the coolers is the battery. The battery is hidden inside of there. Yeah, that holds the battery. So cool. It's just beautiful. The design is outrageous. Like, yeah, this is expensive. This is expensive to pay for some STL files. It is. But the amount of work that you're getting here and updates is just insanity to me. Ah, it's so cool. Pontiac Tempest. Huh, that's cool. That brings back memories. the van. Yeah, I feel like I keep bringing this thing up in streams. I just can't help myself. Oh, here you go. There's a photo of the battery. And that battery is this size. So that van is just massive, as you can imagine. Alright, that's enough of that. Basically, I'm really happy with where I'm at with the kit. We'll do the tool head next, and then it's just powering it up. I like how simple it is, and I really like how just densely compact, and just, it's so heavy. What fell out of there? Oh, the front thing. The cam lock. Those things, that's where you lock in from the top. We're not there yet. I put it in there backwards too. We're not there yet. But yeah, I just what a cool cool machine. And like, it's tiny AF. But it just feels like the highest quality. You know, there's no compromise. I guess outside of the size, obviously. So fun. Do I have a regular bed here? Yeah. Here's a regular Ender size bed. It is the size and width of an Ender 3 bed. Yeah, I agree. It is the cutest cup warmer. You're building a good machine. I'm about to rebuild a Fysetc. Oh, that's a real thing. i3 Mega. I thought because Zumi said a coffee cup warmer, it was a Folgers coffee joke. XL Mini. Yeah. With the tool changers on the back. Alright, everybody. I think I'm going to call it here. I probably should have called it like at least 30 minutes ago. I appreciate you guys being in here. Thank you for chatting with me and getting me through the build. Brian, thank you so much for all the help. You literally stopped me from making all kinds of interesting mistakes. So I appreciate it. You know, if anyone's interested in any of the stuff, check my links, please. Because that helps the channel tremendously. Check out the Discord, always free. Become a member to see videos early. Both the YouTube members and Patreon members get to see videos early. You can direct message me as well. I don't think you can do that on YouTube, actually. But on Patreon, you can message me directly, and I will much more likely get back to you on Patreon. In fact, it's factual. If you're a Patreon member, I will get back to you. Because I get bombarded everywhere else, and it's really hard to... You know, I don't necessarily have time for one-on-one. But if you're obviously supporting the channel, I'll make time for it. Alright, everybody. Once again, thank you. Zumi, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with that. With printing those parts and customizing it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, don't forget about the printed toys. Toys for Tots. Check that in the Discord. I gotta get on that. As soon as I'm done this main thing, I'll probably make a little video for it. Alright, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks again. See y'all.